Yo, what is going on, guys? This is Joel here with the money codes. Here to give you today's money code fix. I want to talk about the denial reasons for credit card applications. The banks and the credit unions, they're pretty much putting in front of us what exactly that they want, what exactly that they're looking for. And it's really up to us to decide whether or not we're going to pay attention and follow the rules of the game. So on today's episode, what I want to break down is I actually have a screenshot of a Navy Federal denial letter. I want to break down some of the reasons, and we briefly touched on this before. But again, I think this is going to be a perfect opportunity to touch on it again and really show you guys that there's not really a conspiracy. There isn't any sort of magic. We don't have to close our eyes, cross our fingers, wait until 4 a.m. to submit an application, hoping and praying that we're going to hopefully sneak by the credit card applications and get inside of these banks. Let's put it into that notion, and at the end of this video, let's improve the probability and let's improve your chances so the next time you apply for a Navy Federal credit card, or to be honest, any credit card, and you're going to see why in a second, you're going to feel a lot more confident. So let's discuss all of that and more on today's episode. Navy Federal denied my credit card application. Here are the denial reasons. So on the left-hand side, these are some of the ones that I see that are popular online. People are complaining about, people are posting about, what does this mean? Hey, Navy Federal sent me this letter. They're saying X, Y, and Z. What's going on? So on the screen on the right-hand side, I actually have a screenshot of an actual denial letter that Navy Federal will actually send to you when you apply for a credit card and you don't get approved for it. On the left-hand side, I have a couple of other reasons that I think are still pretty important. So let's just go over that. Number one, not enough debt management or property ownership experience. So here's a reason that it's not always 100%, because I've seen a lot of people, even if they don't own a home, they might be in college, they might be renting an apartment. But for whatever reason, sometimes you may see this. What Navy Federal is saying in this instance is they don't see enough on your credit profile to show that you can handle this debt. All right, so the key word here is not enough debt management. How are you taking care of the credit cards that you had before? Do you even have credit cards at all? How are you handling what you already have currently on your credit profile? Or if you don't have anything on your credit profile, if you have a very thin credit profile and you don't have, let's say, a mortgage or a super huge installment loan, if you don't have anything that's on your credit profile that can show a bank or show a credit union that you're able to take care of a monthly payment month after month, year after year, that's a red flag, and they're going to deny you for that. Average credit limit of open credit cards reported in the last 12 months. Now, this one should be familiar if you've seen the video I did on Vantage 4.0 and FICO 10T. The banks want to see what your balances have been like over the last 12 months. And pretty soon, once more lenders start adopting these new scoring models, it's going to be 24 months. So again, kudos to you that you paid down your credit card balance, under 10% this month. But what has your credit card balances been looking like over the last year, over the last 2 years? Are you somebody that is more accustomed to maxing out your credit cards month after month after month? If you're that type of person and that reports to your credit bureaus every single month, the banks are not going to like that, because what that means is, what that looks like is you're somebody that you are basically living off your credit cards. You don't know how to handle your credit cards. They don't like seeing maxed out credit cards. They don't like seeing high utilization. Keep it under 30, keep it under 10%. So they don't want to see this at all. In all of my videos, all the stuff I'll be talking about, utilization, the FICO score reasons, Vantage 4, FICO 10T, I'm not making it up. It's not just I'm bored and I just want to make some YouTube content. The banks are telling us straight up in black and white what they like and what they don't like. It's up to you to figure out if you're going to play along with this. So if you want to max your cards out, kudos to you, do what you got to do. But don't be surprised when you go to the banks, you try to do an application. If they deny you, don't act salty. Don't start going into Facebook groups and start cussing people out. I'm telling you how the game is played as of right now. Let's go to the next one. Numbers of inquiries on a credit report. You want to relax. You want to be strategic on when you do your applications. If you've done more than 2 applications within a 6-month period of time, you're now starting to push your luck. You're now starting to get outside of the comfort zone of many of these banks and many of these credit unions. They don't like seeing 3, 4, 5, 6 credit pulls at the same time. What message are you trying to convey to the banks? Everything on the left is things that I'm seeing on real life denial letters. Number of inquiries on credit report is one of them. And I'm going to show you off of, I believe, TransUnion. And I'm going to show you in a second, all of these reasons, they're not just specific to Navy Federal. These things are specific amongst all of the banks and all the credit unions that use FICO and Vantage. I'm about to show you where a lot of these reasons come from, because Navy Federal didn't make up these reasons. All right, here's another one. Too many addresses reported. People are getting denied for credit card applications, right? You're getting denied. You have a good score. You have pretty good income. You got a solid job, but you're getting denied because of too many addresses reported. Now, hopefully you know the answer. Hopefully you know the answer. Why does having too many addresses on your credit report, why would that be a denial reason? I'm not even going to give you the answer, because you should have known the answer to that from the last, I think, 2 videos that I did. Somebody go down in the comments and tell me, why is it that if you have too many addresses on your credit report, why don't the banks like that? Even if you have good income, even if you have a pretty good solid FICO score, what's the reason for that? And whoever is the first person to give me that answer, I'm going to do something cool for you. I might reach out and do like a free consultation or something. I don't know. I'll do something for you. All right, now let's look over to the right-hand side. Hopefully you can see this. This is kind of a dingy scan, but you can see here your Navy Federal credit score, 267. So at this point, we should know that Navy Federal, they have their internal scores from 1 to 450. And you can see on this example, this person has a score of 267. The only place that you're going to be able to see your Navy Federal internal score is when you get a letter like this, right? It's going to give you a good indication on basically your relationship level with this bank or this institution. How can we improve this? Building a relationship with the bank, building a relationship with a credit union. So what does that mean in a practical sense? That means you have a checking account, you have a savings account. Hopefully that's not overdrafted. Hopefully you have some good reserves in there. You have direct deposit signed up with this bank. With Navy Federal, you have different loan programs like the pledge loan, or maybe you have an auto loan, maybe you have a mortgage. You're using the relationship with this bank. And the more that you build with them, the more products that you take out, the more that you pay back loans, you're going to have a better internal Navy Federal score. All right, so now let's continue reading. So key factors that adversely affected your Navy Federal credit score: limited credit experience. That's just another way of saying, hey, you have a thin credit profile. I don't trust you. I don't know you. What are you about? I don't know what you're going to do if I give you money, so I'm just going to say no. Ratio of accounts open in last 24 months to all other accounts. This is kind of similar to the inquiries. So let's say you did go ahead and you tried to apply for multiple credit cards, and let's say you got them. Why is Navy Federal going to give you another credit card if you just opened 4 other credit cards in 4 months? Right? We're already familiar with Chase and the 524 rule. Chase has made it abundantly clear that they don't want you to have more than 5 within the 24-month period. They don't want you to have 5 new credit accounts open. The moment you go over 5, I don't care what your credit score is. I don't care what the other variables are. And actually, that's not true, because there are some back ways around that you can get Chase cards if you were past the 524 rule. But regardless, the point is to make it very simple. They don't want to keep seeing multiple inquiries. They don't want to see a whole bunch of credit card accounts open, and then you're going to them. There's a lot of exposure. There's a lot of risk there. If you default on one of your credit cards, are you going to pay them back? It just looks risky. Take a guarding period. Take 6 months, relax, and then come back and do your application. Utilization of bank card credit lines in the last 12 months. This is something we've heard 1,000,001 times. The utilization, based off of your relationship with other people, based off your relationship with Capital One, Citi, Fifth Third Bank. How have you been taking care of those relationships? Are you maxing out those cards? Are you late on those cards? How are you treating these other banks? Because Navy Federal is going to see that. And based off that information, that's how they're going to determine whether or not they're going to approve you for this new card. Now, the reconsideration line. Now, something that I'm seeing over and over again when people are getting denied, I immediately see people say, call the reconsideration line, or go into your Navy Federal app, send them a message, send them an email, and say this. And they'll give them like a script or whatever. Say that you're really nice, or you really want the card, or put this in an email, and this is going to get them to reconsider you. Reconsideration lines are good, and I always tell you to do that anywhere. I don't care if it's Navy Federal or any bank, any credit union. If you get denied, always try to get on a reconsideration line and present a better case and ask them to look at your file once again. However, with that being said, for many of you guys, for many of the people that I've been seeing on my consultations, you might want to pump your brakes for a few months and start to address the items that were on that initial denial letter. Pay down some balances if you need to. If you have some collections, if you have some charge-offs, especially if they're within like a 12-month window or even a 24-month window, see if you can start getting some of those derogatories off of your credit profile first. Try to clean up and improve your credit profile as much as possible. Address some of the things that they're putting in black and white, and then approach it again and come back with your application. Or if you're somebody that you know you have some issues on your credit report, instead of just solely relying on the late night hack and staying up until 3 a.m. to do your application, be aware of it. Pull your credit profile, see what's on your credit reports, right? See it in black and white and compare it. You don't have to even do the application. Compare it to the items that you saw on the previous slide. Do you have a whole bunch of hard inquiries? Do you have maxed out cards with other banks right now? Do you have certain things that you know for a fact that banks are not going to like? If that's the case, you already know what to do. This is your gardening phase. You need to relax. You need to take a break and then come back and do your applications. All right, so what are the solutions? I already just touched on that a little bit. Personal info cleanup. Names, addresses, misspelling, duplicates of name. Anything that's going to be looked at as a red flag, got to clean that up. Guard them for 6 to 12 months. I already told you that. You want to limit the amount of exposure that you have. So if you have 4, 5, 6 credit card applications in the last couple of months, you might just need to chill. All right, I already talked about paying down your current balances on your revolving accounts, Navy Federal installment loans. This might be your opportunity for a lot of the people out there, and I'm talking to a lot of people who are young, who are just now starting to get their credit back on track. You guys have thin credit profiles. There's not really much you can do, but starting to build relationship with Navy Federal or whatever the bank you're trying to get this credit card product from, right? This is the time for you to start getting those installment loans. This is the time for you to start getting a Navy Federal secured card. I just got off the phone with somebody today who said that he wanted to start off with a $5,000 card. I told him you got to get in where you fit in. If the only thing that you can get approved for at this current moment is maybe $1,000 or $2,000 unsecured credit card, or even a worst case scenario, get an rewards card, you might just need to play that move, right? That might be the best case scenario for you. So if the only thing that you can get right now is a secured card or a low credit limit credit card, because that's the best that you can do at this current moment, that's fine. Begin the relationship right now, and over time, over the next couple of months, you're going to get a credit limit increase over the next 6 to 8 months. You're going to be able to build up a stronger credit profile with things like rent reporters. I just did a video on them last week. I told you guys after Fannie and Freddie Mac are on board with Vantage 4.0 that these rent reporting services are a lot more legitimate now than they were 2-3 years ago. There's a lot of different products that you can go ahead and start adding to your credit profile right now that's not going to put a hard inquiry on your credit reports. If you want to know any of them, check out the links in my description. Some of them are affiliate links, so if you want to go ahead and support the channel. But as of this recording, there's a whole bunch of different ways where you can start adding and building onto your credit profile without having a whole bunch of hard inquiries at the same time. All right, so lastly, and hopefully you got the picture, but as of most of my videos, I'm going to try to over deliver. Here's a PDF of the TransUnion FICO reason codes, and this is actually an older one. This one is from 2009. There's a more current one that's probably like 4 times longer than this, at least. But you can see right here, these are the reasons when the banks, when the credit unions, when these mortgage companies, when they're starting to pull your credit and decide, when the underwriters are trying to decide on whether or not you are a viable candidate for this credit card, are you a high risk, low risk, there's a whole bunch of things that they're going to be looking at that the credit bureaus are basically snitching on you. They're paying attention to all these different variables, and most of us, we don't even know. This is why I say don't put so much emphasis on late night hack. Don't do that. Amounts owed on accounts is too high. Level of delinquency on accounts. Lack of recent installment loan information. Another reason why you guys keep hearing me say Navy Pledge Loan, or get a self. Installment loans, that credit mix. Remember that picture? Remember that little pie chart that I showed you? 35, 30, 15, 10, 10. Right? Your credit mix is important. If you don't have an installment loan, if you don't have anything that shows that, hey, you took out $20,000 from the bank, you have a $550 payment that you have to pay every single month. Do you know how to make that payment every single month? When it comes to your credit information, a lack of information is almost as bad as just having bad information. If I have no data on you, that's not necessarily a good thing at all. So we got to build good habits. All right, so what are some other things? Too many accounts with balances. Too many consumer finance company accounts. Account payment history is too new to rate, right? So basically you just got your foot in the game. You haven't really showed that you can pay these payments. You're too new, right? That's a strike against you. Too many inquiries in the last 12 months. Too many accounts recently opened. Proportion balance to credit limits on bank, national revolving, or other revolving accounts is too high. The newer a derogatory account is, the heavier it's going to weigh against you. You got to pay attention to that. There's a whole bunch of different resources that are free just on this YouTube channel. Go down into the description. I have a free PDF you can get at creditcodes.com. After that, you can see my full course where I go over all of this information far greater detail. And I actually have a module on how to do your funding sequence. So if you're somebody that has been doing the work, if you've been doing the things that I've been telling you to do, your scores are good and you're ready to do a funding sequence, I have a module specifically for that I just added recently. If you have a credit profile that is strong enough, right? For everybody else, you still got to go through the process. You still got to clean up. You still got to get the balances down. You still got to add quality trade lines. You can't just rely on authorized users. These people on Instagram, these people in these Facebook groups, they're not showing you what's actually being broken down when an underwriter pulls the information, or when the automated underwriting system pulls your information and compares everything that's on your credit report to all of these reason codes right here. And again, these are just a fraction of what the credit bureaus are actually going to be paying attention to. And if you don't meet what they're looking for, if anything is missing, if anything is off, it's going to be considered a red flag. Remember this. Let me go back here. All right. Fraud Shield, Experian. A lot of you guys might remember this. The Fraud Shield, a comprehensive series of checks, searches, and counters to screen every applicant. Experian and these credit bureaus are spending a ton of money to look at every detail of what's on your credit report. Every little detail, the dates, the spelling, everything. This is a computer here. If it's a question mark, the computer is not going to pick up the phone and call you and ask you, hey, there's 4 variations of your name. Which one is the real you? Hey, there's 6 different addresses on your credit report. Which one is the most accurate? They're not going to do that. Nobody's going to call you. They're going to deny you. And then you're going to be in the Facebook groups crying and pointing fingers at people. All right, so that's the end of my rant. Go back in the video, rewind it however many times you need to. Hopefully you got some gems out of this. Hopefully you got something out of this that you can apply practically to your credit profile, to your credit journey. But that's it. That's all I got for you. I will check you out in the next video. Have a blessed one. Have a safe one. Peace.